Welcome to the Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. I'm going to take a minute and go over something here when it comes to this EFOC arrow stuff that I've been experimenting and I got an idea on. But sorry if you can see my breath too. I've been tuning all day. I mean, I have shot so many arrows between last night. I've been trying to get my Northern Mist longbow, trying to get it bear shaft tuned, paper tuned, all that kind of stuff, going through everything. And I got it pretty good. But it's cold in here. You can see my breath. I've had the door open, no heater on, so I've been shooting about 15 to 20 yards through my, my garage door open so I can shoot into here. But I got it pretty good. I mean, my groups are good. My bear shafts are sticking in there. This, I just sat here for a second. But I'm still getting a little knock high that I can't seem to quite figure out yet. I haven't been playing too much. I've been moving huge increments on there, so I'm not sure. I got to fine tune that. But spine is set good. Everything is good. I've shot a ton of arrows. My God, I've shot between the bag down here and this and trying to get this stuff done. I probably shot 300 arrows yesterday and a few hundred arrows today. Actually, last night I shot till I was so weak that I actually missed this target from about 18 yards, and that last night ended up blowing through my garage door wall there. Kind of interesting, goes to show you the penetration of an EFOC arrow. Not only did I blow through my plywood wall, through the vinyl siding and everything, and I stuck that arrow in it with a field tip and stuck it in a tree that's about 10 yards further out there. So I actually had to go outside, walk all the way around the garage, and get my arrow out of a tree after missing this target. So it's been an adventure. I'm kind of stubborn and just wouldn't stop shooting, and I kept going until I was just so exhausted that I just, my form was going to crap. I would dump in my bow arm, and that's what I did. I dumped my bow arm and shot and missed and sent that arrow sailing right on through. But so I quit last night, came back out, been at it today, finally getting things grouped in where I want to, and everything kind of coming together, shaft lengths right. Now, what I'm going to do, something I thought about because of how I'm doing this, is if you take this head right here, this bare shaft, it's already set up the same as what those are, cut down, set, and everything. But that broadhead is that Magnus 2-blade, ultra-wide, 1.5 inch wide broadhead. These arrows are completely full EFOC arrows. What it is it's just basically a 35-55 shaft, 27 inches long, and then on the insert, I have a double insert in here. So if you read my article that I wrote on how I set these arrows up, there's a brass insert here, then I take another one of these 100-grain brass inserts, and I grind that lip off of there so that it fits in there. I connect the two of them with a nail together in between them, and I kind of bend a nail in there so it holds them together, and I epoxy glue both of them in. So my insert in here is about that long of two of these. It makes a 195-grain insert about that long in there. Gives me a lot of weight up front. I have a steel 100-grain steel insert inside the head itself, and then I also have a 140-grain Magnus 2-blade broadhead on there. So it's given me, I got a 698-grain arrow with 30% FOC, EFOC, ultra EFOC, whatever way you want to call it, but 30% FOC and 700 grain arrow, and out of that you're talking 200, 300, 450 grains of that weight is up front. So it kind of gives you an example of that arrow. Like I said, it's quite an extreme FOC arrow on there. Its balance point is like literally. So anyway, 30%, but I'm so confident with this that I'm going to try something. I believe, they always say never bear shaft tune with a broadhead. You got to have fletching to stabilize your broadhead. And I believe in that, and I'm a big fan of feathers, obviously, but I'm going to actually take this target, I'm going to take that target outside, I'm going to go set it up out there, and I'm going to do it outside because I don't need any more holes in my wall if it doesn't work, but I'm going to take this arrow, this bear shaft arrow, and this big wide, the biggest broadhead I own, and I'm going to try shooting it at 20 yards and see what actually impact it has or what it does, knowing that with that EFOC, I'm kind of curious. I want to see what it's going to do. So we're going to bring it out there and shoot. Keep in mind, I don't condone doing this because broadhead flight can be very erratic. Who knows? We may get out there, this thing may fishtail and shoot all over, which I've had happen before. We were in bear camp once we're talking 10 years ago actually, but I was in a bear camp and I was so confident in my arrows that to prove a point, I took my knife and I stripped the feathers off of an arrow and I shot it, and sure enough, that thing went about 15 feet and stuck in the ground sideways. It just went phew, like that and stuck right in the ground because of that big broadhead. So I'm not sure what this is going to do, but I've never tried it with a high percentage EFOC arrow like I got right now, and I'm kind of curious, so I think I'll bring you guys along, and we'll see what it's all about and what kind of difference it makes. So I'm going to take everything outside, get set up, and we'll go see what it does. I'm kind of curious. Like I said, keep in mind I am running a little knock high, as you can see on these ones here. I still haven't, when I'm shooting in here, that arrow's coming in. It's still got a little knock high to it, just a little, a little bit more than everything else is. I don't know if it's my form from being so exhausted, which I'm incredibly, muscles are sore. I've shot almost 600-700 arrows in the last 2 days, or in the last almost 24-hour period. So it's a lot. I'm pretty wore out, pretty sore. So I'm not going to even mess with that tail high right now. I'm going to wait till, I'm going to shoot this, and then when I'm done with this little test, I'm going to stop and not touch it at all again, probably for a few days. Maybe next week I'll get back into it, but I need some time to recoup. Then I'll get my tail high section or issue kind of figured out. But it could be my form. I could be actually torquing my hand right here as opposed to keeping it nice and flat to me. I could be bumping off my shelf with my borum. I could be doing a lot of things. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm pretty exhausted. So I'll figure that out later, but I am too curious to see how this is going to fly to not at least try it a couple of times. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take everything out there, get it set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're set up out here. We're from that block target that's out there. I'm about 22 yards. Same arrow I was just talking about. No fletching on there. The big heavy broadhead on the front. And we're going to see how it shoots. Now, again, keep in mind that I am still getting a little tail high kick out of this arrow. I think it's bouncing off my shelf. I think I'm a little low on my knock set, but again, I'm not messing with that right now. And I'm pretty exhausted, so I may not hit exactly where I want. I've shot a ton of arrows today, but just pay attention to it as far as, watch the effect of it kind of thing is what we're looking for here. That's not too bad with a big broadhead. And here, I'll zoom you in closer so you can see. Let me set this here. And you can see here that that's actually not too shabby with that huge broadhead that's on the end of that thing and being shot out of a bear shaft. I'll actually do one more for you here. I'll shut this off and then I'll back us up and reset. Okay, I just reset that out there again. Just pulled that arrow out. We're going to do it one more time. Same kind of deal. This is that same arrow, same setup on there. We're going to try it once more, see how she does. I'm calling that kill shots. I'm calling that a dead. That broadhead is going exactly where I want, regardless of what the tail of the arrow is doing. That broadhead is shooting exactly where I want it to, with no feathers on that shaft and a huge broadhead out here outside where, it's not real windy, but all that stuff is a concern and an issue. So I find that very interesting. I'll zoom in again here for you. So you can see, that's a dead deer. That shot is there. I'm aiming at that white knock, and that is not that far off of there. And again, no feathers on that broadhead. We'll do it one more time. Okay, one more shot, that bear shaft and that broadhead. One more time here for you. See what I mean? Like I said, and again, I'm exhausted. I've been shooting my butt off here. A lot of arrows. I'm getting shaky, getting wobbly. But as you can see right there, that there is a bear shaft arrow with a with that big old Magnus broadhead on there. And you can see, like I said, it's amazing what these EFOC arrows will do. It's all about the EFOC and having that forward to center weight on there to help guide those. But thanks for watching. This is Jason with the Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast, and thanks for watching. I'll be back with more stuff soon. Thanks. Bye.